video.
Wear a mask, social distance, and have you noticed that, especially today, that a lot of people are getting arrested?
Yeah, yeah, as they
Yeah.
should be. Um,
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna talk about that during the segment, but like,
yeah, briefly, but
just
I
getting
just, I
it's so
mean, let's say it. You know what? We here, Community Coalition Show. It's another week. It's another
yeah. Okay, real
Tuesday.
quick, Bob's and Karens. Uh, like there's a lot of the people that came to DC on their way back to wherever they are coming from. These people are getting arrested.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
not only getting arrested, they're getting put on no fly lists.
yeah, yep.
And honestly, to me, that is hilarious.
It
Y'all
is.
thought,
That's
first
wicked
of all,
shit.
y'all thought you could just come to DC, storm the Capitol, and there would be no consequences.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I mean, I've been hearing a lot of this, and again, I know I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, but if you think about it, like that is white privilege. That's almost like the root
It
of
is.
white privilege. Like
It is.
they never even seen consequences before. Some of these people don't even know what that really looks like. They are genuinely
Mhm.
shocked and flabbergasted. Oh my goodness, they didn't know. Like this is what
Flabbergasted.
happens. This is what happens, y'all. Welcome.
Yeah.
So again, I've said it in our little show we did last week. I don't really have no sympathy.
Hmm.
This is what happens when
Yeah.
you break the law. Like, unfortunately, y'all don't know too much about that because those laws weren't really for y'all until
Hmm.
it's like,
White privilege,
yeah,
like we
it's not
said.
white people is until you they're cool with each other until you mess with the wrong one. If you when you start messing with their money or their safety, then they turn on each other.
Hmm.
But like for the most part, that's what I'm saying too. Let's see how many of them actually get prosecuted. Let's see how many actually see some time. So we'll see.
Right.
It has been hilarious, especially some of the videos where
The
people
videos have been
record
great.
them, people recording them like on the flights and stuff.
Hmm.
But yeah, so that's another thing. To about wear your mask and all that stuff. Like, um, stay away from the Capitol. In fact, stay out
Right.
of DC. Don't come back here no more.
Right.
And yeah,
Because if you come back, I don't think you're getting out anytime soon.
also like, and they're trying to take measures. The fallout of all this stuff has kind of been hilarious to watch too. I know
Absolutely.
DC residents are trying to band together, like especially like the Airbnbs and all that stuff. Like they're trying to
Hmm.
shut them down for the week of the inauguration and all that stuff. Like they don't want no, don't come back here. Don't use our stuff. Don't use our resources. No,
Right.
don't come back. So we'll see what
Right.
happens.
Because if you do, then they're liable.
Yeah,
They
but
become responsible for that.
people just don't want that madness no more. You know,
Yeah.
people just
I
don't want
feel
to
it.
do this. It was crazy. So all that, and I know we'll probably talk about a little bit more when we talk about our Bobs and Karens. Um,
Yeah.
so we'll get there. So Community Coalition Show. I don't know which episode this is because I didn't do the research today.
Uh,
I think it's like
might
80.
be.
Dang,
I'm,
I have it.
I'm gonna say 89,
86.
86. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, special edition was 85. This is 86. We back again
Yeah.
because it wasn't David 2K. Y'all know us.
It's good.
Uh,
Gang, gang.
we just happen to wear black for the same reason. We don't know. We didn't send each other texts or emails for that. This is how it happened.
No
Um,
energy.
Energy. Yeah. Fine. So,
Absolutely.
like I said, we dealt with all that last week. And I know
Hmm.
one of the biggest things I really try to keep with this show is that,
Hmm.
I don't want to be the current event show. But we
Right.
have to talk about some of these things. Some of these things are you just can't escape. They
Absolutely.
concern us, you know, for real. So, but today I did have something I just wanted to bring across everyone. Um,
Hmm.
it's something that like it was on my mind a couple of days ago. Um, and really talking about like, when we get to this whole topic and conversation, people start talking about having like multiple streams of income.
Right.
And for the most part, to me, it's good conversation. It's good conversation. And
Hmm.
I saw some. I've been seeing conversations on social media in the past where people
Right.
say these things, and there's responses, and the responses are good, but a lot of people they don't really know what that means. You
Yeah.
know, And I thought this is cool. So I'm like, okay, then take the opportunity to have that conversation, let people know a little bit more about it. Because in a general sense, when I see people talk about multiple streams of income, they're doing it to kind of promote one particular stream of income.
Right.
Again, which is not a bad thing, but I think again, talking about educating people, let's educate people on what that means, big picture.
Right.
So like I said, to me, it's not like bad stuff and not bashing anybody, but I think let's go a little bit deeper with it. And this
Let's
is one of
talk about the. Let's talk about it, and let's talk about the right way to get those
yeah,
multiple streams.
yeah. And I remember when I first had to and when I first had to learn about what that really means and how to encounter it. And I remember years ago, it first came to me when I got first only time I got fired from a job. And I don't know, I think I've told this story on the show before. Long story short, I stuck up for one of my staff members, somebody who was under me. My management tried to really do them dirty. I stuck up. I said no. They ended up getting me just for sticking up. It was some dirty stuff, right? And I remember for the first time in my life, I was like mid to late 20s, got fired from my job, and first time I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like if you not even just being fired, but like not having a job, especially for someone who's used to working, you're used to having a job. And for me, it was scary for a little bit. And it lasted about 4 months. I was able to get a job for 4 months. Okay. It felt like 2 years, honestly. It felt like forever. But I remember in that time, that 4 months, where I was starting to like job hunt, job search, and my whole goal was, my thing was, I said, once I found the job, I never want to go through this again. And I remember hearing people talk about, you need to have multiple streams of income. And what they're really talking about really is just having different avenues of making money. Right. That's what it comes down to in the most basic sense. But I bring up my experience because I remember for me, like I said, I never, this can't happen again. I was young. I was just starting to fam. Like, that was some scary times. Bills, you need some money, Money isn't everything, but bills got to be paid. You need money to eat, stuff like that.
Right.
So for me, it was like, you know what? I saw now. And this was kind of really like, I had dabbled in other things in the past, right? Kind of just dipping my toe, playing with stuff, But that was the first time I was like, nah, if this doesn't go right, I'm not going to be stuck.
Right.
I remember even when I landed my job again, because that was kind of like the beginning, the real roots of like my entrepreneur journey. You turning the camera off, dog.
My bad.
Yeah, dang, that's how it is.
My bad. I was trying to get the volume.
It's all good.
So you were talking about how you never want to go through not being able to provide.
Yeah, not being able to provide, not being able to like make money, right? And this is where I saw how I was truly valued in the workplace. And again, I was someone who actually, had done pretty well early on.
Right.
Had good jobs, even at that point, that was fairly decent job for someone my age. I was the youngest middle manager at that company. I was always that guy, like, so when that happened, I saw how I was treated. And I knew probably it was because I was a black man too. I knew it.
Right.
I knew that. And I said, there's no loyalty in these places.
And my dad, like he always like reminds us, like, if you like drop dead today, your job will replace you tomorrow.
Yeah, there's gonna be a job posting tomorrow. It's gonna be posted.
Right.
Yeah. And so, I started to see that. And the older I got, in other jobs and stuff like that, you start to experience it. You start to understand what that is. Like, they may like you, they may value you and things like that. But if something go wrong, go south, or if they just fall out of favor with you, you're done. That's it.
Right. That's it. They always talk about like like I think we said this before. They always talk about how, oh hey, we're family, but once you get once you get cut, it's like,
No,
nah, you're dead to us.
yeah, it's not a family. You know,
Yeah.
it's to me, it's like the whole thing. Even like sports and stuff like that. It's professional teams. Like
Hmm.
if you can sign someone to a 7-year contract, pay them all this money, and then 5 years in, you're like, I don't know, it ain't working. Like
Right.
this can happen to anybody at this point. You know,
It literally happens all the time in
yeah,
sports.
in sports. That's why I first started to learn. I'm like, dang, I watched. If you this is recent years, and this is totally sidetracked. I take Peyton Manning, I take Tom Brady as the two examples.
Mm.
If you can straight get them up out of there for all they did for those teams, for all Peyton Manning did for the Colts, for all Tom Brady did for the Patriots,
Yep.
it is no problem to get you up out of there when we feel like you're done.
Right.
And we all saw they weren't done yet.
Hmm.
They won a ring after that. Tom
Right.
still
Literally
rocking.
right after.
Yeah. So I'm like,
Uh,
they can do that to the great white hopes. What they gonna do to you?
mm.
And so that kind of stuck with me and said, you know what? So, and at that time, I had to go find another job. I was,
Right.
like you said, I was starting to open my eyes to a lot of stuff. But I said, if they can do that to other people, they can do that to me here. You know, what happened again? And I know how I was as an employee. I'm a good employee, but also I am outspoken. I was going to stand up. I got fired because I stood up for one of my employees. And I knew they were lying on him because I was there. So I said, oh, they didn't get him, they got me because they wanted to get somebody. So I was the fall guy. So I started to say, nah, not going out like that. So if that happens again, I am going to have other things in place that are making money. Or it might not be the same money, but at least I'm going to have something that's going to hold me down. I ain't going out like that anymore. So I started learning about multiple streams. I started learning about what that really means to start bringing in other sources of income, right? And I said it, and it's a good thing, and I really believe everyone should consider it. One thing, couple things I will say, because again, this is where it goes back to like all the stuff you see in advertising and social media and things like that, where it's like multiple streams of income is really what you want it to be. It can be as diverse as you want it to be. And I know most people, like I said, when you start talking about people, really you hear that when people start talking about, oh, you should get in like real estate, you know, foreign exchange market, Bitcoin, all that stuff. And you hear it in those senses, but no. So I'll tell y'all straight up.
Hey man, Bitcoin is not promised. Bitcoin just went down. I think that was that even today?
I mean, yeah. So I'll say this about all sources of income, right? Find the ones that work for you. We're all different. We all have different ways there's a lot of different ways to make money. It's cool, you know, like, but you have to find what works for you. It's just like jobs, really. People start talking about jobs, like if you don't like your job, if you're not passionate about it, if you don't want to do it, it's not going to work for you. Even with entrepreneurship, you know, one of the big, I say this all the time. I have these conversations all the time. If you're not passionate, if you're not driven, if that's not going to wake you up in the morning, or if that's not what's going to carry you when times get hard, it's not going to work. You're going to fizzle out. You're not going to want to do it. You're going to quit at some point, right?
Right.
Same things with all these other ventures. No matter what you're doing, investing, real estate, stock, whatever, you know, entrepreneurship, business, like it comes. I think that's the first thing. You know, there's different ways of doing it. There's different avenues of getting there. Start with you first. What do you like? What do you want to learn about? What are you passionate about? And I think that's the main thing. And, you know, have multiple streams. I always tell, you know, even young entrepreneurs, like, if you ain't got the money yet, don't quit your day job. You might want to start your business, but don't quit your day job till it get popping until you get to the point where that takes over your day job. You know, so whatever works for you. You know, I'll share for me, Because I think like I said, I think everyone's journey is unique. I know mine's unique. Um, I currently, I had to get to this point though. It took
Right.
about 10 years. I think I'm about 10 years in, really.
Hmm.
Um, but I had to figure out the things I like, some of the things I was already doing. It's not
Right.
all entrepreneurial, it's not all business, like,
Hmm.
but it is there. And even some small stuff, so,
Right.
like I think it's whatever you want to make it. So I make my money in business. I have a consulting firm. That's like the bulk of
Hmm.
the bread, that's sweet right now. Um, but even then, I've turned a lot of my passions and side hustles and stuff like that, started making them
Hmm.
work. Also make a lot of money as a safety instructor, and to
Right.
the point where I'm good at it, where I'm recognized almost all over the world now for what I do with that stuff.
Hmm.
Um, not only do I teach, I speak on it, I do a lot,
Hmm.
but that's two different sources right there, you know.
Right. Look at Kenny being an international businessman.
Well, it's what I mean. We say those terms, but it's not as hard as you think now. The world is
Right.
so small. We're all
Yeah.
connected, even virtually. That's when it really started to happen. It was the virtual stuff.
Right.
I ain't flying all over the place, but I can still connect with people.
Hmm.
Um,
Absolutely.
yeah. So we shrink the world a little bit.
Right.
But I even tell you other things that I do too, like even with like Black Squirrel Media. I
Hmm.
started off. I started off as a photographer, really for my own magazine because I got tired of
Right.
paying other dudes to do it. So I learned. Once the magazine kind of fizzled out, I was like, well, I got these skills, I got this equipment, I got this camera and stuff. Like, might as well make a couple of dollars doing it.
Right.
Turn that to an extra, form of income. Like, and I remember the whole goal for us, it was just like, let's make enough money to maybe go on and take a vacation. It's like some money we could put aside for vacation. That was like vacation money. But
Right.
that's how we looked at it as. That was the lane, you know.
That was the start.
That was the start. So it was like consulting here, you know, still teaching all this stuff here. Had a lane,
Hmm.
I knew what that was, and I say that because like I knew I didn't have all the time in the world to put into it. I
Right.
knew it was going to be limited, so I said, okay, if I can get to this range of money, and to be
Hmm.
honest with that, that was the goal was 10 G's. Real talk. I said if I can get 10 G's off this real quick, I'm straight
Hmm.
because it served a purpose. You
Right.
know, I know I didn't have the time to like that wasn't going to be the whole bag. So that was the goal for that. If I can get this 10 G's real quick, maybe take a vacation, put a little bit aside, like I'm good with that. But that was another
Hmm.
form of income, you know. Um, and then we got to the point now where it blew up, and I'm like, I can't even really do that anymore. So I'm beginning to outsource some of that.
Right.
Cool. Now I can kind of expand it a little bit more because I got other
Hmm.
people out there really doing the bulk of the work. So it's like we're just setting
Right.
up. I even tell you, last year during the pandemic, I stumbled upon, you know, eBay store flipping shoes,
Right.
and like I said, I stumbled upon it because nothing I really considered before. I don't consider myself like a sneakerhead or anything, but
Hmm.
I do like my shoes though. I do. So as I was, having to be searching for some, ran into one of the little homies at the store. He was telling me about it. Like, yo, dudes coming here, they be buying these shoes, then they go online and sell them. I'm like, what? Wait. It's a thing. So he really put me on. Dude at the Nike store, man. He put me on.
Shouts to the Nike store.
Shout out to the homie at the Nike store. I don't even remember his name, but he was mad cool though.
Hmm.
And because I knew there was a niche there. Once I realized it, I have big feet. I realized there's other cats that are doing. They're looking for shoes just like I am. It's a dog
Hmm.
fight all the time. I go look for shoes because big shoes are limited, right? So I
Right.
started going on eBay, looking around, scanning, like, oh yeah, this is a thing.
Hmm.
So I started with a couple of my old pairs of shoes. Luckily, I keep them up. I put them on eBay and learned, figured out how to do that real quick. Wasn't that hard?
Hmm.
Made some money. So I'm like, okay, this is a thing. So I started doing it more and more. And because I'm able to
Right.
find shoes for the low, I get online and I realize depending on which region you are, places like the shoes aren't everywhere, Like
Right.
there's some shoes over here, maybe in like the DC DMV. There's some cats over in the West Coast they don't have access to right now.
Right.
It's working. It's working. I stumbled upon that stream of income. The first 3 months, I was like, yo, I got a little bag here, So I was like, all right, it really doesn't take much to do it all. It fits in perfectly. Right. Another stream. I like it. I like shoes. I'm out there shopping for shoes anyway. I got a nice little system going. So that became another stream. So
yeah, and it's going well.
Yeah. And I started to say again, it was something I was passionate about, something because I knew like I'm gonna be in these stores shopping for shoes anyway. So if I might not like these shoes, if I see them at a good deal, I throw them on the eBay store.
Right.
I buy low, sell high. Simple, very simple formula. I only purchase the shoes that are my size. That way I'm not looking at all different sizes. I wear a size 15. Right. So I only buy 15s. I sell 15s. So if y'all looking, sorry, fam. Big feet's only up here. But I started to say again, that's working out. Right. Again, the whole little niche there was I'm kind of just putting that money away, really. Maybe a little play money. Like I use that to like get the shoes I want, stuff like that. So it's like my little play. Right. But I say I put a certain percentage away, so that way, all the money that's going for my other streams, they're paying bills. They're doing certain things. That's where I'm putting money in the bank. Now I got my play money over here. So
you get to do more.
That's the thing. The money stretches, like, and again, even with those things, it may not be consistent. Like, I'm not getting a paycheck. I'm not getting a check every 2 weeks from the shoes. When I get some, I throw them up there. I mean, like it's when I can. Like today, I did swing by the store real quick. But it's still coming in. It's still nice. Making it what I want. So that's why I wanted to say that, because I wanted to explain and get people to think that it doesn't have to be the big stuff up here. People talk about stocks, investing, real estate, and they look at that as the multiple streams. No, there's a lot of other ways you can make it. There's a lot of people making out here side hustles. I got friends out there that are making candles and body scrubs and facial products and skin products, and they're making a couple dollars. I remember my way of thinking about it when I first really started. I was like, let me take a bill. So my first thing was, what bill is easy to knock out the way? Cell phone bill. At the time, cell phone bill, about 100.
That reminds me, I gotta pay mine.
But so I said, take something like that. Like I said, cell phone $100 bill. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't like the rent or the mortgage, stuff like that. But something that was doable. So I said, okay, what if I make enough money off this thing real quick? Take care of that bill. Cool. That's one less thing that was coming from, at the time, that was coming from my paycheck. To knock that out. Like I said, when I was doing photography, we want to move around a little bit. We wanted to take a family vacay, maybe on summer, something like that. We wanted to move around. But if y'all know, family vacations get a little pricey. They get expensive. And so it was like, how can I make money to supplement that so that we can still have fun and do our thing, but the money from the primary source is stretching further. And it's less stressful. I ain't got to worry about, dang, I'm going to pay for this, work this out. No, we got money put away for that. Rainy day money. Like savings for the cars when they break down, they got an issue and stuff like that. That's how I started looking at it first. So that my side hustles didn't have to be the big bag at first. So I started small with it, and then they build and they grow. And that way the stuff I'm doing up here, what I call like my primary source of income, they were still there. And I found, like I said, it was freedom. Start looking, a real outlook like that. So that's to me. When you're talking about multiple streams, make it, like I said, make it what you want. Everyone's journey is gonna be different. If you got a little side hustle, make that side hustle work. You know, like pay a bill, knock another one out, keep going, build on it. You know,
Right. Like for me, like we do this podcast. I mean, I know we're not making money yet, but like I know eventually the money will come.
Yeah.
And then also, since I'm getting a new laptop soon, I'm gonna be producing again. So and I've produced for a couple of people so far like last year. So this year I wanna do that more for a few artists. And hopefully that can come and I can get paid off that.
Yeah. You bring up a good point too. Like, it's another form of investing. It's investing in you. So, and again, I know when people talk about investing, they always mad to go like stocks and things like that. No, there's personal investing. There's investing in your skill set. There's investing in your time. There's investing in your own your business and brands. You know, like you said, with this podcast, we started, it was just a community coalition show.
Right.
We were doing this, you know.
Yeah.
In a year, we've taken this and grown this to the Black Squirrel Media Network.
Right. And now we have like how many shows and shows in the works that we haven't even launched yet.
Yeah. And I can tell you the dollars are coming. Those conversations are happening, you know?
Right.
So, but it took us investing in our time. We knew, all right, bag not here right now. But if we build this and we grow this, we do this the way we know we can do it, the bag will come. That is a form of investing in yourself. Sometimes, and a lot of times, this stuff doesn't happen overnight. It just doesn't, you know? You got to put some work in. Even with entrepreneurship and business, even with stocks. I see a lot of people get frustrated because they think they buy a stock and they think it's going to blow up tomorrow. It's the long game.
You got to play the long game.
You got to play the long game with some of this stuff. There is some short game stuff. Like I said, the shoes I kind of fell in, that was real. That kind of was real, like it was short term. Kind of happened because it was a quick flip. It's quick flip. Buy and sell. You know, it's almost like, I hate to say it like that, but like that's the root of the dope game. That's why people turn to it, because it's quick money. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. Quick access to stuff. You know, that's the root.
And I would say with that, I feel like that the root of that is like investing, because you got to work on that. You got to work on your product.
Yeah, you're still putting in the work. Hey, gotta get this product, buy it from here low, sell it for high, repeat, and then you're slowly building your stack.
Not only repeat, make it better as you go along.
You growth, expand. Hey, I might start on one corner. Now I got 2 corners. Now I got some goons. Now I got the squad. This is how you grow and build. I hate to say it like that, and I don't condone that, and I hate to have to say that, but it's the same concept.
You know what? Multi-level marketing. That's exactly what that is. It's just that I feel like, and I want to say, like, we're not condoning multi-level marketing, nor are we bashing it, but that's kind of what they do. They start by themselves, they develop their product, then they start to get more people.
I'm gonna get 2 people under me. I'm gonna get 2 people under me, and they gonna sell on this. I'm gonna get they gonna get 2 people. But again, these concepts aren't new. They're not new. It's the same formula. It's what we did with these formulas. You know, like
it's really what you make it.
Yeah, really. I went from like, I had to come back to the shoes, but it's an easy, quick example. I bought 1 pair of shoes. Got the money back. Let me get a couple pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Got the money back. Now I'm saying, you can't tell me, but over this shoulder there's a whole shelf of shoes waiting to be sold, pretty much. Like, I looked at my eBay total. Yeah. I looked at my eBay total the other day and I was like, dang, that happened quick.
And then also, we're getting money from our merch now.
That's the thing. I ain't even, sad thing is, I ain't even looked at that in a couple weeks. Just have it. Because I know we just going to take that, we just going to keep building and growing on it, We just going to keep building.
We're going to keep, we're just going to keep building on top of each block.
Just
you got more people on the block.
Get more people on the block. That's what the Black Sport Media Network, that's the shows. You over here, y'all got music over there. We got the Black community right here. We got the film podcast right there. I got something for the dancers over there. I got something for Christian comedy over here.
Right.
Something for the big fellas. And we just flooding it in each different market. We on different blocks.
And then we check on them. Hey, you good over there?
Good, Sean.
Yo, you good over there?
Straight, good. Yeah. You got a problem? We're gonna handle it. Like, so that's what I'm saying. These concepts, they're there, y'all. They're there.
And then also, if someone giving you a problem, we'll take care of it.
Got some goons for that. I got a couple goons. I might know how to handle that. That's the nature of what we do. So, people just get into, like I said, I think the main thing is find something that you're a little knowledgeable about, you're passionate about, and see how you can do it. I've helped so many people with that, and seen so many people grow just from, I like this, like one of my homegirls, she was like, yeah, I just like things that smell good. That's what it started off at. She was like, I don't know, I want to make some, I'm creative, I like arts and craft, and I like, so, it turned into, oh, well, hey, the concept of creating, body scrubs, and started like body scrubs. Then it was like, this is cool. Now, like, maybe I can make like some scented candles. I can do this, I can do that. And believe it or not, people think that like those things don't make money. There's money there. There's money there.
There's money in there.
Yeah.
There's definitely money there.
Yeah. I'm in this joint. I can tell you right now, I'm in this joint buying $20 candles. Like,
right.
There's money. So
like how we started Reason to Rhyme. Like, we were on this show we were always talking about music. Hey, I went to school for music. Why not talk about, and I know a little bit about the industry. Hey, let's start a music podcast.
Whole another podcast.
Since we started to talk about, since we always talk about like whatever came out.
Yeah.
And what we're listening to.
Whole other stream. Yep. So working on some stuff. I mean, I started Men of Stature. I started that actually years ago, and it was just like, yo, because dudes would ask, like big dudes would ask me about the stuff I'm wearing, like, because stuff I look like a little
well.
I mean, I like to look nice, and I always felt like the big dudes, we can look nice, but a lot of big dudes don't know that. So I remember it started off really. I used to go to work. I used to work downtown, and I would catch like the train to downtown, and I would be on the train, and other big dudes would always approach me and be like, "Where you get that from? I like that. Where you get that? Where you get that shirt from? Where you get those shoes from?" And it dawned on me like, damn, like we could really be out here doing things to inform cats. Then I'd have conversations about big dude, and they'd be like, "Man, I don't know if I could wear that, man. I don't know if I can do that." And you could tell it was a confidence thing. We started.
I was about to say confidence.
We started Men of Stature to build confidence. I can tell you where we're going now with it. We're growing and actually have streams of income on the way there.
Right. Like we're doing photo shoots where we're starting to get more love online. Like we're seeing the people respond to it.
I mean, we're damn near in the works. I know by the time Q2, Q3, we're gonna have a line of products out. Like that. So I'm like, started from nothing. Damn near cost nothing. This stuff didn't really cost much to do, but we made them work, and
that's another stream.
It's another stream. So We can do this, y'all. And you know what? I'll even go back with how much time we got. Okay. They're even the big ones, you know, even as we talk about like stocks and real estate, Bitcoin, things like that, whatever the thing is, they're there, they work, you know.
Yeah.
Make them work for you.
You just gotta be built for that.
Well, that's the thing. Like, yeah, that goes back to the root. What are you passionate about? What did you knowledgeable about? Like, I can tell you, for me, the concept of real estate has always been intriguing, right? But I don't want to be a real estate agent. Never wanted to be like people going to real estate. I'm like, one, I got a whole bunch of friends who already do that. They good. But I do like I do like that concept. I like the idea. I like talk about flip game, buying house, get it together, selling it back out again, right? So I started looking and dabbling into real estate. So like at some point, I probably dabble in you know, finance and things like that. But then I also saw the concept of being a real estate broker. Pretty much the process of the handling work. I was like, this looks kind of like this idea. So I did some research. What it is, okay, bam. So during quarantine, no one knows, but I finished my class to become a real estate broker in Maryland.
Wow! Congrats to Kenny.
Somebody just did on the low. I was like, okay, I'm gonna slow walk this one. You know, let me see what this looks like. But it was the idea of like, I wanted to get into that industry, but I had to find my lane in that industry.
Right.
You know, and I think that's another thing. Yeah.
Actually, so during quarantine, I was an intern for a music company as an A&R.
See?
And learning what that, learning about being an A&R and learning about what goes into the music business and everything about it. So and I really enjoyed it, and I learned a lot.
Yeah, like a real
A&R. Yeah, a real A&R.
Not the social media A&R. Not the social media. Everybody thinks they're A&R because you
not the guy that's going to certain places and trying to just sell things, because you know what? Let's talk about that real quick, because I saw an opportunity. So after my first internship, that was like 3 months, loved them, started to look into doing it again. And I found this other company, messaged them, see what's up. Oh yeah. You know, as an A&R, you'll be selling these types of products to our artists. And I had to stop because I was like, wait, hold on. So we're just selling packages? Exactly. Instead of trying to help that artist grow and work with other artists around them, just trying to sell them products or trying to sell them packages.
Are you selling beat packs? Like, what are you
No, it's not even that.
What are you selling? Like,
it's not even that. It's selling packages. So it's pretty much selling packages to get people on.
Oh nah, that's not development, man. That's just trying to make money. That's just straight hustle game.
Right. See, and that's why I'm very thankful for Rise Up Inc. and Nate. Shout outs to you, Don. Shout outs to everybody there. Like, they taught me what goes into being an A&R. So I knew right off the bat, oh, that doesn't sound right. So I was like, all right, not interested anymore.
Yeah.
Because one, that's a scam. Two, I'm not trying to be your fall guy.
Yeah, and you're not developing artists. You're not
right
going through the art and the craft of working with an artist and bringing
them
grow. Yeah, that's just money making. That's what I'm saying. So like, but those are things we have to learn. We have to find our lanes in this stuff. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
And you have to look out for you have to look through bullshit.
You know what? That might be a conversation for Reef and Ron. But yeah, I kind of like that. We're gonna go deeper into that at some point.
Oh yeah. Bro.
That's some BS. Yeah, man. but it's our journeys, and find a journey. So, before we get into like Bob's and Karen's, which I already know what that's gonna be, um, that's what it is. Make it work for you. Find your lanes. It doesn't have to be like I said, and even the big stuff. If you're going after stocks, if you're going after real estate, make sure you learn what you learn about it. Know what you're getting into.
Educate yourself.
Yes, educate yourself. Know what that looks like, and make it work for you.
Right.
So.
Oh, also, I've heard this before, and I don't know who said it, but your 9 to 5 pays the bills. Your 10 to
I know whenever you
get it. It's math, man. It's math and time, and I'm just I gotta learn this, Billy. Don't try to. Yeah.
No, but I know what you're saying, and I think that's a real thing, especially like I said, especially for a lot of young entrepreneurs where they're still working their day job and they know I want to do something else, I want to get something started, and a lot of time take some of your play money, stuff like that, and you start pouring into your entrepreneur venture. So that's why I say take I did that. That was epitome of me.
Or you pour it into your passion and find a way to. Yeah.
So instead of going out, hanging out, spending all this money, that's when I took the money. Like I need this money. Got to get an LLC. Got to pay for this. Got to pay for that. And so I would just slow every now and then. I would put money, pay for this, pay for that, get this, and I built that into the point where my business started growing and making more money than my day job. And that's when I got to the point I said, "Dang, this is flipped." I think, and so I had to see it for a period of time too. And I waited until it got to the point where I said, I can let this go now. So I started here and then they switched over a period of time, but that was the goal. So definitely used it. I definitely used the day job.
You accomplished that goal.
Yeah. I sacrificed, I grinded, a lot of late nights. Like I said, a lot of, do I want to go out or do I want to put this extra money? I gotta get this LLC. I gotta pay for this certification. Do that, and pieced it along. That's how I did it. Took a little bit of time, but it happened, So make it all work. All right. I think I've said all I had to say on that end. You got questions? Set us up. Look.
Actually, please, if you have questions about starting your LLC, you gotta hit Kenny.
Yeah, because we're gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You might not want to hear it, but we'll tell you the real truth though.
Right. Go give it 100.
Yeah, because that's another thing. Stop lying to people. Yeah. And another thing too, y'all. Just because someone's telling you the truth, that doesn't mean we're crushing your dreams.
Right.
Because I've had that conversation too.
I have to.
No, sometimes there's telling you what it really is, and that may not have anything to do with what you're trying to do, but there are some things you need to know. I got a conversation on it was on Twitter. Somebody messaged me, and I think I told this before. I think I told it, but asked how can I get that grant? And I'm like, let me be honest with you. This is what it looks like. One person got upset because.
Oh yeah, you're telling me about that.
Because I guess one day had gotten conflicting information from someone else. So then when the time to come to me and I tell them the truth, and they had got wrong information from someone else too. So I looked like the hater because it wasn't pretty. It wasn't quick, But I had to tell them this is what you have to do. I have documents, I have checklists of things you need to do. So I'm like, I can present this, I give you this information, and they got upset. So,
Kenny, how long was it until you turned a profit from your business?
Several years.
I think you were telling me it was like a decade.
Oh, I started? Yeah, from when I started, but I did other ventures too. But I think once I made a decision, like I said, like magazine DMV, 4 years. 4 years on that, and I can tell you that was a slow burn, and it wasn't like the overhead was much.
Right.
Consulting was a little easier because it didn't take much really to get started. But I mean, some takes time. I can tell you, Black World Media Network. We technically started last year, like early days of Rona. It's probably at least going to be a year, a little bit longer. You know,
Right.
like that's short. Talk about big things where you really invest money in. It takes time to think about all the money you pour in. You got to start making it back to what you did, and then start to earn money. That's what the profit is. The average business, they say it takes at least 3 years or so. 3 years or so. You know, like, so if you really put a lot of
be
money
patient.
into that, yeah, that's what I said. Restaurant. I think about restaurants. I think about stuff like that. Like, you have to take out a loan. You like a lot of people don't have their restaurant money off the break.
Right.
We're talking about 75 grand, 100 grand plus. Unless you got that sitting around, great. But you still got to make that money back. So you have to make all your money back, break even, and then from even, then you start turning a profit.
Right, because there's so much that you have to pay for, especially with the restaurant. Like you gotta pay your employees, you gotta pay for supplies, you gotta pay for
location. You probably gotta pay like, yeah, that's a lot of money. So I can tell you, even consulting, because that was one that was relatively easy. It's pretty much brain power, my skills. But I mean, to file the necessary paperwork in the state of Maryland, that's already going to start you about $500. You do everything correctly. And then even little dumb expenses. I got to pay for this website every month. That's about $20 a month. You know, I had to pay for marketing materials, get the name out there when we first got started. That's not, you know, it may seem like, you know, $50 here, $30 there. You know, travel expenses. I gotta move around with stuff.
PR is expensive.
Yeah, those things start to add up after a while. You know, so even if it doesn't seem like much, you know, like I said, consulting, I was able to make that money back the first client, but you got to pour into it first. You know, most people, when they start talking about like real estate and stuff, like they start building houses. Most people had to got a loan to get that first house. You got to make that back. You know, that's how you make it back when you sell it for the most part. But there may be a period of time when you're in the hole until you get that money back. You know, and that's why a lot of businesses fail, because they may have taken out that loan, they may have taken that hit at first, and they never make it up. Like I said, for example, restaurant. You start a restaurant, especially early days of the Rona. I feel bad for people that started a restaurant early last year, and they went out because they never got a chance to make money.
Right.
You know, the business they never opened, it never got popping. So now they're stuck with a loan that they got to pay it back somehow. That's what people a lot of times call bankruptcy and stuff like that, because there's certain measures that they can do and handle that may be able to sell some of that stuff off. Sometimes they got to sell stuff off, get that to like liquidate those assets to pay off the loan. A lot of times they're not putting that money back in their pockets. When people say they're going out of business and they have to like wholesale everything, that money doesn't probably not going into their pockets. They're paying the loan back.
Right.
It sucks. So that's what we're talking
about. Because the IRS will pull up on you and be like, "Where that money at, Playboy?"
Oh, they ain't playing. The bank will roll up on you with the straight.
Oh, my bad. Like, yeah, the
bank, all of them. So imagine all of them. The bank, the IRS,
they're a whole game.
Everybody roll up like, "Hey, we need that bread.
Yep.
We need bread. What's up?" That's real. So that's
why they'll pull up on you and be like, "Hey, what's good?"
Yeah, and if you don't know what you're doing, if you miss stuff, you take some bad stuff, bad advice, stuff like that, it's not uncommon. And that's the one thing we try to prevent people from getting in that situation. Because once they roll up on you, man, it's stress, it's issues.
Yep.
We don't want that from people. So especially when they're misinformed and they don't really know what happened. How did this happen? Because a lot of people, they depend on other people to handle their business and stuff like that. And they filing and their taxes and reporting. So by the time it gets to them, they're like, "What happened?" They have no idea. That's horrible to be in. That's talk about. Oh, yeah, man. So
don't take money advice from people on Twitter.
I mean, there's a lot. You know what? I would say like there's a lot of people you don't want to take money advice from. I mean, even me, when it comes to like the fine details of something, I'm redirecting you to an expert.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good, I'm decent, but once it no, I know my limits, and I know when to direct you to someone else. Someone else I know understands everything, and I'll redirect the person to some sort of an expert. Also, too, can we get into like financial advisors, stuff like that? Because I see that everywhere. Everybody's a damn financial advisor. Um, no, like there are classes and things you can take, but a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times, they're almost like a form of like multi-level marketing, or a lot of banks, companies, stuff like that. They may train you on something very specific because that's what you're
Mm-hmm.
selling, like mortgage or life insurance or something like that. And you may have a good general sense, but that doesn't make you a whole financial advisor or financial expert, something like that. So again,
Right.
people be careful while some of those titles. Go to people who have proven track records. You know,
Right.
like from real financial institutions as well too. Like I said, even for me, I know my caps. I know my limits. Like I'm still outsourcing on a lot of stuff because I am not an expert. That's one thing I will say. I'm not an expert. You know, a lot of my experience,
Neither am I.
training, things like that, I can get you through the basics. But also, I know enough to be able to point you to someone who does. And sometimes
Absolutely.
that's just as important. Hey, it may
Mm-hmm.
not be me, but my man over there, I know he can do it. And the guy, he's good. And that's a
Right.
lot. That's a lot of times it is. And one last thing I'll say too, just on that before I know pushing up on time, but don't be afraid to pay for good service, especially when it comes to like even advice and financial advice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You got a good person, don't be afraid to pay. Because again, you cheap out or you don't want to pay, you're gonna get what you pay for.
Mm-hmm.
And you end up with one of them cracker jack cats that don't know what they're talking about. So be careful with that too. But
Right.
just like you'll pay for a bag, just like you pay for shoes, you'll pay for that whip. Pay for good, sound expert advice. So
Absolutely.
I'll say too. Bob's and Karens. I already know where I'm going with this one, but
Oh, we all know where we're going with this.
I think
Uh, it's well, we're gonna talk about how everybody that went to the riots,
yeah,
the
everyone went to Capitol.
storming of the Capitol.
Yep, you are the Bobs and Karens.
Yes, because and if you've been on social media today, you already know what's going on because we see all of them getting arrested um getting arrested right off the plane or right on the plane.
Get snatched up. Yo.
Y'all thought you could get away with this?
Oh man, I saw one video.
Which one?
I don't know. They were on the plane. They had like boarded.
Ooh, yeah.
They're like, nah, come here.
Yep.
Karen 1, Karen 2. Come here. No. So whoever was recording the video
Mm-hmm.
trying so hard not to laugh. Clearly tell it was a black person. They were trying so hard. Like, phone is
You
shaking
got
because they're laughing so hard. Like they're trying so hard to
right.
keep it in. Oh man. But the thing is funny, like
Yeah.
like as
No,
the
sorry, keep going.
walk by, again, they seemed all lost and confused. They trying to play the game like they don't know what happened. No shit.
Mm-hmm.
Bring that ass.
Right.
Time to go.
Right. And then also I want to talk about the couple, the Bob and Karen.
I didn't see them. Oh,
Oh man, it was so funny because it was the dude that was yelling at the airport. He was just yelling, and I think his wife was just like behind him, and he was like, "They kicked us off the flight. This is the way that you should be treating us like this."
that's
Oh,
hilarious. Because
oh,
you know who's waiting for you when you get back to the terminal, right?
mm-hmm.
Feds is waiting for you. So yeah,
Yep.
they might have kicked you off, but as soon as you get back off that plane, Feds is there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. That's why they
And
look
that's a
at them.
federal offense also.
Yeah,
So
no, they started scooping them up. I think it's funny they started scooping up all the little main players, all the people we've seen. The dude that was sitting Pelosi's desk, my man, the war paint and all that.
Yep.
My man who stole the podium, like yo,
Yep.
the main players, like they scooped them up. They scooped them up early. I just that's the footage I would have wanted to see. Like,
Yo, and Twitter has been having a field day with
they
it.
have. Yeah, they have.
Shout out to Twitter, man.
Yeah,
Keeping us laughing during this time, man.
Because I mean, at some point, like, I'm sorry, it is a little gratifying to see, like, oh y'all see what time it really is. You know, I'm not gonna lie, and again, I don't wish harm on people, but like, damn, can the legal system work how it's supposed to at some point? You know, so nah, get them. We keep saying it, but it's damn the truth. If it was black, there's body bags lined up outside the Capitol on full display for everybody to see. Yeah. And then all the footage that's coming out now, that's another thing too I gotta add. All these pictures, all this additional footage that's come out from the photographers, people who were taking pictures and stuff like that, all the stuff we started seeing now. All the media didn't
down to the rioters themselves all taking video.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? You're committing a crime right now.
Thank you, y'all. Thank you. for the selfish need to chronicle everything. Thank
like, you. Do you tell your mom you're taking a cookie out of the cookie jar?
No. Like I'm gonna take a selfie. Hey, I'm about to snatch this cookie, y'all. About to get this. Y'all see me? Like, no. But like, that goes back to white privilege at its greatest, yo.
But how stupid can you?
But you know what? We know that. It's funny. That reminded me of the last. It was Conway the Machine Song from Griselda. He had a bar in one of his songs, which pretty much was like, "You don't take your cell phone to the lick. You don't take your phone when you commit the crime." We know that from years of experience. They don't know that. They still new to this whole crime thing. You know, white privilege don't know.
No, well, I mean, they're not new to it.
No, they're not new to everyday crime. They're white collar to death. They corporate scheme and scam. You know, like, yeah, but not your everyday. I'm on location crime. That was hilarious. It was hilarious to see.
Not only that, you have your location on.
Location on. I'm straight streaming this right now. I'm in the Capitol taking selfies.
We have to. Yeah, like, hey, we have the Capitol.
I'm right here.
We gotta pull up. We gotta pull up. Like, what are you doing?
He posed for a picture with the podium in his hand. Little leg kick back. He's smiling and cheesing the whole time. Black dude would have had the mask up like this. Nah, no pity. At least the ones who know better, the real ones would have known better. Right. I did see a couple brothers in there that was looking lost, and I'm like, y'all getting got to. Y'all gonna get got to. Sorry, nigga. You getting got. Like, why you had no business in that joke?
Be smarter about your crime. I'm sorry.
Like a man that was looking lost, and he was like on the Senate floor. He was just standing there, just looking lost. Like,
it's like I feel like I could pinpoint his exact thoughts. It's like, dang, I'm really here.
No, that moment you realize
might catch a case.
Yeah, that's it. That moment you realize you fucked up.
Right.
You feel like, oh damn. Oh, these white folks right into this trap. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you get locked up too. Because you definitely get snatched up. Like, your dumb ass, black ass getting locked up. That's too, oh God.
How dumb are you?
How dumb? At any point in time, for any black person new, we gonna go into this building. That don't sound right. That don't sound right to nobody. That's what, even when we hear it on the news.
Like, how does that go in your head? It's like, all right, we gotta pull up in this federal building with security, and we're about to pull up on all these senators, all these officials, and we about to take them out. We about to do all of it.
Or we're gonna sternly talk to him. What was the plan? What was the plan?
That's my thing. What was the plan?
We're gonna bully them. Like, what was the end game here? That's what I'm saying. Like, watching it in real time, I remember like in disbelief because it wasn't but like we're watching it like, what? They're doing what? Like I'm watching the news like, that don't sound like a good idea, y'all. Like,
Right.
that's
And then,
that's not the move. Like
right.
every black person knew that don't even sound right at first. Like it was almost disbelief. Like, nah, they ain't do that. Then I'm watching the news.
Right.
Like, damn, they doing that.
Mhm.
Nah, they ain't the move. Every black person would have told you that's not going to be the move. That's not going to end well for you.
Right. That's not smart.
Yep. And then the crazy part too, white privilege is so crazy. Hey, the video came out of when the woman was shot.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm sorry. But I have to say this. And this is not trying to be insensitive, but as a black person,
What did you expect to happen?
I got a gun pointed directly at me.
Mm-hmm.
The person has prompted me several times, stop. Gave you ample opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, I got a decision to make. If I keep going, I'm going to get shot. Let me back the hell up. Like, at some point, fight or flight don't kick in. And I hate to say that, to me, that was almost like when you don't care.
Mm-hmm.
You don't care when I've had enough guns drawn at me in my day. Enough to know, nah, I like my life. Whatever I'm doing at this point, let me stop. Because my black ass is about to get shot. But I'm saying, that was baffling to me. It was almost like unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
She keep going. She's gonna keep. No. Like,
no, that was literally the video.
That was the video. Like, oh, I'm like, oh, my man got the gun. Oh, he, pow.
Yeah.
Oh, like,
he ain't playing.
And then the aftermath. So I'm like, everybody else just stayed. I'll tell y'all right now. Once I saw her get shot,
I would have been. I am not supposed to be here.
Out. Hey, y'all, this ain't work. This ain't the move. Here. I'm good. Yeah. Let's meet me over there by the pool.
Let's regroup.
Meet by the garden over there somewhere. I'm going back outside. I'm gonna see y'all in a minute. I'm out. Y'all, like no. They stayed.
Not the move.
They stayed and watched her like, oh my gosh, like they were shocked that she got shot. They were in shock. And they stayed. At that point, party, hey, y'all, wrap this up. Hey, nah, made the move. It's an L again. Like, great, like. So, oh no, I started to say, I know this has been discussed in detail. This is going to continue to be discussed. I don't want to spend too much time on it because y'all getting this other places too. Like I said,
you guys are getting this on the this is mainstream news.
I didn't want to be that podcast, but I have to say, if we're talking about Bob and Karen, this is the
Bob and Karen-ist thing that you could do. It's the Bobbyist and Karen-ist that you could do. Like, not even Bobbyist. Yeah. This is the Robert-ist.
Yeah. Karen-ist. How did anybody
this wasn't a good idea.
This is a good idea. This again goes back to y'all not used to this.
Nah.
Y'all ain't used to running up on nobody for real.
No.
Y'all don't have experience in this. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. It's gonna be worse.
If you're not about that action.
Not about that action. You're not about that action. We're gonna storm and y'all got your orders from the wrong dude, man. Y'all keep listening to that dude. It's funny. I had to go back and actually watch it again. Trump did give the speech. And he said, we're going to walk down to the Capitol. Where? We are. Like he was going to be there with you.
Where was he?
My man was out. He knew what time it was.
Where was he?
And again, these are things that Black people pick up on that other people may not. If the one co-signing, the fire starter, the instigator, if he ain't up front, something wrong. Something wrong.
Absolutely.
We know. I pick up on that stuff. You ever seen two dudes about to fight? And so it was this one dude, yeah, hey, you gonna talk to you like that? You gonna talk to you like that? Nah, son, you gotta get him. And did he back away? Nah, that's not the move. That's not the move. You're about to get knocked out.
Right. Because he instigated
to get out the way. He hyped you up to do his dirty work. And you gonna talk to you? Nah, son, you better get him. Nah. You never follow that guy. That's the guy that's gonna get your ass whipped.
Because everybody knows that guy back in high school that was always doing that.
That's the guy. That's the instigator. That's the guy.
And then that person gets knocked out too.
He might, if he step back out there, because that's the dude. Everybody knows he can't fight. We all know he can't fight. He's the talker. He runs his mouth. So like, y'all follow the instigator down there and got y'all ass whipped. Like, he's like, we gonna walk down there. I'll be up there in a minute. I'm gonna catch up. My man got on like Air Force One and bounced. Like he was gone. He got like the little Air Force helicopter. My man was gone. Chuck y'all the deuces. Y'all got this. I'll be there in a minute. I see y'all down there.
Speaking of Air Forces, he did not have those Air Forces on.
He did not wear.
He didn't have them black Air Forces on.
Bro, y'all ain't had no Air Forces. That's what y'all get. That's what y'all get.
His Air Force flew.
His Air Forces was on the time at the airport. His Air Forces are, first of all, his Air Force is blue. They ain't even black. And yeah, he wasn't ready for them. He wasn't ready. He set y'all up.
Oh my gosh.
He set y'all up. Yeah, he set y'all up all the way around. Because y'all about to get them 10 years.
Man.
Y'all about to get the mandatory 10 years that he put in effect last year. Talk about full circle setup. Remember, he put the mandate in place. Black Lives Matter protests, anybody's a federal crime, automatic mandatory 10-year sentence, all that stuff. He was talking all that jazz back then about the protests, and now here we are. Karens, your own man set you up. I'm sorry. Bill, y'all walked right into a trap.
That's literally what it was. It was a trap.
Yeah, y'all think y'all got it, and they think they got away scot-free. Tell them photos start getting
leaked. They try to get on their planes and go back home.
Nah. Sir,
you either getting snatched up at the airport or
you're
getting snatched up at your flight. Yeah, even that.
Ma'am, 21C, come here. We need to see you. Come here. No.
Oh man.
So I hope Bob's Karens, if y'all ever listen to this, I know you're not, but it's still hilarious to say. Don't get set up like that no more, y'all. Don't get set up.
Do better, please.
The fearless leader set y'all that hell up.
Do better, please. Love yourself.
Go home, y'all. Yo, just chill out for 4 years. Y'all gonna regroup. You're gonna get yourself together. Oh man.
Hey, before we go, real quick, shout out to Adrian for the shirt. Unfuck the World. It's a movement. They're on Instagram. We Unfuck the World. Please follow.
I like that. And then we're gonna send links and stuff like that. If you ever want to get one of those,
Yeah,
Um,
and hopefully we get him on the podcast soon.
yeah, let's do that. You know, we all about supporting our black businesses, supporting our black
Absolutely.
creatives. And I like that shirt too. I just like it's a dope shirt. So we're definitely gonna do that, man. But it's been fun. Look, y'all know where to find us, communitycoalition.com. Check us on the YouTube channel. Y'all can watch this, y'all can listen to this. We on all the streaming platforms. Check us out on social media. Let somebody know, tell a friend, whatever it is, y'all. And we'll be back next week. We around, y'all.
Wear a mask, be safe. Don't go to the protests.
Don't go to the protest.
Oh, real quick. They're supposed to be planning another one on, I think, the 16th.
I think they try to do it during the inauguration. They're trying to cause some ruckus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But again, it's not the move, y'all. Don't do it. Don't get set up again because
we saw what happened. We saw what happened.
Yeah, don't walk into this, and they're gonna be ready this time too. So
right.
Yeah. Till next week, y'all. Lick y'all wounds up, heal up, go crawl under that rock somewhere.
Absolutely.
Peace.
Peace.